Respected elders, educationists, dear teachers, and dear students, welcome. In this class, we are to see five couplets from 436 to 440 under the chapter 44, having the cut, the rectifying faults. Beautiful five couplets. Come, let us see them. Tirukural, comments and explanations to the new dimension. Chapter 44, rectifying fault. Five couplets from 436 to 440. Line 193, dated to 12 2025. Couplet 436. If a king removes his fault first and then points out others' fault, what fault would harm him but his default? If a king removes his fault first and then points out others' fault, what fault would harm him but his default? Couplet 436. Explanation. If a ruler points out the shortcomings of others after having corrected his own defects, what evil would hurt him? Nothing. That is, the king who duly guides himself and his ministry is the great king. Content. No evil would harm the ruler who first rectifies his defects and then points out the defects of others. God, the world would teach the king who knows not his own defects. The world would teach the king who knows not the, his own defects. Chapter 439. His riches who doesn't do what should be done would perish sans good deeds done. His riches who doesn't do what should be done would perish sans good deeds done. Couplet 439. Explanation. The wealth of a stingy man who does not spend his money for good causes would get perished at last without any use. It is, the wealth of a miser would perish without any use. Content. The riches of a miser would uselessly perish at last. Co. We should prudently use our riches for virtuous causes. Couplet 438. The avarice of the selfish poor heart is the worst among all fault. The avarice of the selfish poor heart is the worst fault among all faults. That is couplet 438. Ex- Explanation. The avarice of the miser who never spends his wealth for good, good causes is the first of all evils. The avarice of the miser who never spends his wealth for good causes is the first of all evils. It is, spending our riches for good causes is virtue. Content. Avarice coupled with miserliness is the worst evil. Avarice coupled with miserliness is the worst evil. Co. Spending wealth for virtuous causes is wisdom. Couplet 439. Never praise thyself. Never desire fruitless deeds for thyself. Never praise thyself. Never desire fruitless deeds for thyself. 439. Explanation. A cultured man should never think high of himself, and also he should never like to do futile deeds. High estimation of oneself and a desire for useless deeds would only expose his ignorance and stupidity. So, in any high position, we should never enjoy self praise and indulge in fruitless deeds. That is, destroying self praise and avoiding fruitless deeds would bring a greatness. Content. Destroying self praise and avoiding futile deeds is wisdom. Go. Humbleness and good deeds would bring greatness. Humbleness and good deeds would bring greatness. That is the message. Or pomposity would bring disgrace. Pomposity would bring disgrace. Chapter 440. Those who fulfill their desires stands knowing to their enemies would never face any harm from their enemies. Those who fulfill their desires stands knowing to their enemies would never face any harm from their enemies. Couplet 440. Explanation. People who get done their desires secretly without knowing to their enemies would never get any injury from them. It is performing one's desire secretly, sans knowing the enemies is wisdom. Content. Fulfilling our desires secretly is wisdom. Co. Keeping things open is ignorance. Respected elders, educationists, dear teachers and dear students, thus we have seen the five beautiful couplets. That is a rectifying force. That is what kind of defects we should avoid. All defects we should avoid. If for a king, we give advice for a king. A wise king should first rectify his own faults and then condemns the faults of others. Then, secondly, we should not praise ourselves in whatever position we are. We should not enjoy self praise. And also, we should not desire to do fruitless deeds, which would bring no benefit either for ourselves, for the society, not even if if a lead even does not bring any benefit for us. It should be beneficial for the society. So we should not praise ourselves. And also we should not do fruitless deeds. These are yes, he has given in all these five couplets. So many things he's given. I will explain to my extent what I have perceived. I have given you. That's all. So, respected elders, educationists, Dear teachers and dear students, I heartily thank all of you for patiently and keenly listening to my comments for these five couplets. Till I meet you in the next class, I wish all of you a very nice and sweet time. Thank you.